I should keep clapping too.
All right. How are we doing? So, sometimes to try to make myself feel a little bit smarter, I like to do things to test to see how much smarter I really could be. So I discovered the clock app on my phone. You can switch it to military time. And I always wanted to see if I could make it in the Army. So I was testing out military time. And one night, me and my brother were drinking and smoking in the garage. And it's like 2 in the morning, maybe 3. And his phone's dead. So he asked me what time it is. I take out my phone. It's on military time. I'm looking at it. Squinted my eyes. A good 7-second stare. I go, think it's 4:10? And he didn't know it was on military time. He looks at me, he goes, what the fuck do you mean you think it's 4:10? Is it or not? I go, well, I don't know. It says 1400. And I don't know what the fuck time that was. And then I had my mind blown again the other day. I was at the mall in the old park by Macy's, walked past Payless Shoes, and I just glanced in and I noticed that there was a shoe salesman with 1 foot. Talk about somebody that you probably can't trust. I will never buy shoes from some guy with 1 foot or a car from a car salesman who has 4 DWIs and a suspended license. Now, with the fair just wrapping up, but we have all these events like the Irish Fest, the Italian Fest, all this shit where they give out free samples, wine, food. What you do with free samples, I just started doing this, gets good reactions. You go up, all nice, acting all nice, you ask for the free sample, they give it to you, and you act intrigued, you play 20 questions with them about what the ingredients are, whatever the free sample is, and then you taste it. And then you just make the most disgusted face you possibly can. You look them straight in the eyes, you tell them the product tastes like shit, and you demand that you want your money back. You always get strange looks for that one. But I always like to keep people on their toes. Another thing to keep people on their toes, I thought about doing this, never done it yet, but we all know people in wheelchairs can do that balanced wheelie thing, you know, where they hold the position. Well, they do that on escalators. They get on the escalator and cock it back, and they ride it. They hold it, and they wait to get to the bottom. But what you do is you sprint up the nearest escalator to the 2nd floor, and you run over to the top of the escalator that's going down that he's on, and you wait for him to get halfway down, and then you flip open that little clear plastic box with the red button in it, and then you push that button, and you watch that guy tumble down the fucking stairs all the way down to the floor, and then you act in awe. In awe you act, and you run down, oh, sir, what happened? What happened? Fuck that though. Wait to get a mom in a stroller with a kid on there holding it back. Go up there and hit that button. Watch the kid and the mom go falling down the escalator too. That's always think would be fun. Did you ever notice people who work at Walmart look like the same people who shop at Walmart? Never really crossed my mind until just the other day. Now let's go reminisce back to the glory days of school. Substitute teachers. And not only was it a great feeling when you walked in and saw that you had a substitute teacher, but my favorite was when you would get the substitute teacher with a big whiskey nose, a fat swollen beer gut, and he was hungover and he was only late for work because he was home beating his wife before he went to go punch in. Another one of my favorite substitute teachers were the ones who couldn't pronounce any names at all. Not even the easy names. Now, you get someone named Michael and a substitute teacher standing there, they go, Kylie, is it? Oh, it's Michael? Or my name's Corey. I got sorry sometimes. Like, sorry. I can understand these names nowadays. They're all fucked up and stupid. I can understand having trouble. But some of these substitute teachers, I don't know how they even got a job. Can't even pronounce a regular fucking name. Speaking of school, too, remember the huge lunch lady that every school had? The big, huge one, you know, with the mole with 3 hairs that were staring directly into your soul like the devil. You know, 6'9", 260 pounds. As gross and repulsive and disgusting as they weren't that bad, and here's why. Because they would give you a lunch loaded the way that they would want their lunch loaded, and it would just be double tray, because if you hold on to that one end, it would just snap. Because they just pile on all the slop on you, and they're really not that bad, they're just incredibly repulsive. Another thing from school, how about remember the students, the overachievers, the overthinkers that always thought they were going to fail? a quiz test or a book report. Remember those jack-offs? I sat next to one of them, he'd be sitting there, he'd be going, oh gee, I don't know if I studied hard enough. I went over word for word, all the notes, all the things from the last week we learned. I was up all night doing Adderall and Ritalin, I went through everything, I just don't know, geez, I just don't know if I'm gonna pass. And I'm sitting there going, geez, dude, calm down, I didn't study it enough. I didn't even study at all. And then the next day, the teacher comes in, they go around and around, they give out everybody their results. And of course, if there's someone like me, you got a 57. And the jack-off next to you that was worried about failing got 110 because he passed the extra credit. And he was spending the whole week frantically worrying that he wasn't going to pass. It was 52 degrees out today, which felt incredibly cold. You could see your breath. But how come in the springtime when it's 52 degrees, everybody's running around in G-strings and thongs, wearing flip-flops and sand, and you can't see your breath when it's 52 in the spring. But 52 in the fall, you can see your breath. What is that? How do they do that? What is going on with that one? I still need answers to that. Now, one last one. The other day, I was at Wegmans, and I saw, next to the plungers, that they had scented toilet paper. Scented toilet paper. First of all, what the fuck? But the only other thing I could think other than what the fuck was, who is the poor son of a bitch that has to do the sniff testing after it's used to make sure that it doesn't smell like shit anymore? And is he getting paid enough? Is he getting paid to smell scented toilet paper that someone just wiped their ass with after eating a bean burrito? These are the kind of things that cross my mind when the power goes out. All right, guys, Dorian Kinsella, as you all know, I don't think there's a stranger here. Who's next?